Okay, so for this video, we're going to be taking a look at one of those additional formulas that you want to take a look at on your formula sheet at the beginning of the unit. We're going to be talking about the gross debt service ratio. So this is kind of used just to see if somebody can afford a mortgage that they're wanting to get. Basically, the magic number is 32%. That's kind of what we're looking at. There is another calculation that we're going to be doing in like another video, and that's called the debt to equity ratio or D over E ratio. And that magic number is 50. So it's kind of like these questions kind of go a certain way where, one of the mark is just actually going ahead and calculating whether it's going to be the gross debt ratio or the GDSR or GDS ratio. Or the other question is like, okay, just calculate the debt to equity ratio. And then it's kind of like a justify type of question of like, since this is blank, then the bank should give you a loan. We'll kind of talk about that in a second, but let's take a read of the question and let's see if we can figure out what's going on. So Sandy has a gross salary of $50,000 per year and wants the bank to give her a mortgage with payments of $1,000 per month. The property that they're looking at buying, the annual property taxes are $2,400 per year, and the estimated heating costs per year are $800. Should she expect the bank to give her a mortgage? So there's certain clues in the question that want you to kind of key into the fact that, hey, this is a GDSR question, a gross debt service ratio question. We're talking about heating costs. We're talking about mortgage payments. We're talking about property taxes. All of these things are embedded in our GDSR. So that's kind of one of those things that it's just like some of the things that they're looking at right now, that's in our formula, and that's how we have to sort of identify that that's what we're going to use. Also, they're saying, can the bank expect to give her a mortgage? GDSR is used for mortgages, not loans, just general loans. So let's go ahead. We're working on a formula here. I always like doing that, and then we'll go ahead and see what happens here. So GDSR, you'll see on the formula sheet, it's your monthly mortgage payment. I'm going to say MMP for that, plus the monthly property tax, MMP, or MPT, the monthly heating costs, or the MHCs, and then 1/2 of the monthly condo fees. She is not buying a condo. How do I know that? Because it doesn't say that in the question. So there's no condo fees here. All right, no condo fees. We're going to divide that all on the gross monthly income, the GMI. I love all of these, abbreviations. They're great. So right now, the question gives us absolutely none of these. They give us the annual rate. So we have a annual salary of 50,000. We have a annual property taxes of not 800, sorry, it is the 2,400. And we have the annual heating costs. So if we want to get monthly from these, we're just going to have to divide by 12, right? So that's kind of like our easy, hey, this is how we convert annual into monthly. So calculators out, we get our 50,000 divided by 12 should be 6,000. And we're going to go ahead and grab our other things here. So 4166.67. 2,400 divided by 12. 200. Oops. 12. And we should get our last one. 800 divided by 12. 66.6. Repeating. Okay, so we got kind of this going on. I'll slam a little repeating on. Actually, no, I'm not going to put repeating because I want to have it as 2 decimal places. Yeah, that's perfect. Okay, so we have monthly, monthly, monthly now. We could just put this right back into the question. So our GDSR, our monthly mortgage price She wants to pay $1,000 per month, so we're just going to put 1,000 in. Her monthly property tax is 200. Her monthly heating costs are 66.67. Oops, 66.67 there. And her gross monthly income is 4,166.67. So let's go ahead and let's enter all these things in, and let's see what the bank is going to say. I'm going to do this all in one go, which means that I'm going to put a bracket here, a bracket there, and then we can keep on going from there. Let's do a bracket. Let's do 1,000. Just make sure you don't miss any zeros in here. Plus 66.67. Close that. I got to divide by, I don't need to use a bracket on this one since this is just one term. We're going to times this by 100 as well. It's kind of built into the formula that you want to times it by 100 because we normally list it as a percentage. So we're going to actually go ahead and just say times 100. So that's what we're going to do over here, times 100. And we're going to get the percentage here. So we got 30.40%. Here's your 1 mark. So now you have to basically say, all right, is the bank going to give her a mortgage? Well, she's under 32%. So the way that this goes is if whatever your GDSR is, if it's below 32%, or at 32%, the bank's going to give you the mortgage. Bank will approve, yeah. Or will at least, it will clear you so that you could get it. It's not like an automatic no. Bank will probably accept your mortgage. If this number came out as something a little higher than this, so something like 32.5 or 33%, then that means that you would owe more per month than you would make, and then the bank would not give you that loan for that mortgage. So really, you're just looking for a number that is at, or more typically below 32%. The more below you are, it just means the more your monthly income is above your expected costs, right? And that's really what this formula means. All of these things on the numerator, they're just costs, right? Your monthly mortgage rate, your monthly property, and your monthly heating, those are all coming out of your pocket. But if the stuff that's going into your pocket is a really big number, then that means that your debt service ratio is going to be quite small and be below it. So you're looking just for a number that's below 32%, and bank will accept your mortgage. You would just want to say since GDSR is below 32%. That's kind of like your justification. All right, and that will kind of end this one off with the GDSR question.